Welcome to today's practice video. This group started in Melbourne back in March 2020, and our daily movement and mindfulness practices are still going today. Please subscribe to the channel. You're welcome to share this. If you would like to join our daily practice, drop us a note. Details are on the About tab on the YouTube channel. Remember that the journey of 1,000 miles starts beneath your feet, so I hope you will be inspired to join us for daily practice. Good morning, everyone. Today's practice, we're going to do our usual Sunday Yin Yoga dedicated to the concept of resilience. I had this weekend in my calendar as the end of lockdown, very optimistically. But for the rest of us in Melbourne, it wasn't to be. I excitedly put my partner massage workshop on this weekend. I thought we'll do a great yin routine and then we'll be out in the world spreading joy. And you know, life doesn't always turn out how we would like it. And one of the things with yin yoga practice is to teach ourselves resilience. And we do this by holding shapes for 3-5 minutes. And the first time I went to a yin yoga class, I was kind of like, oh, this is really relaxed and really easy. And I kind of like it because I'm feeling stressed, but I completely missed the point of what they were teaching me. And it took me a long time to get my head around it. But this idea that when we stop moving our body, we see what's going on in our mind is really interesting to me now. So to really get clarity, to really know how to settle your mind, the busyness of constant thoughts and constant, I need this, I want that, why can't I have this, what's wrong with that, the world is getting worse. To quieten down all those thoughts that inevitably keep coming into your brain, there's only one way, and the way is mind training. And for me, yin yoga is the simplest way to train our mind because it just makes us stop, makes us slow down. We sit in a shape and just learn to live with wherever our mind takes us, and maybe to slowly train it to just come back into the breath and be aware of the sensation in our body. So a yin practice isn't really about relaxing. It's probably not what it looks like from the outside when you just see a whole bunch of people sitting still or lying still. It's about learning to cope with discomfort, to put your body in a little bit of sensation and just to sit with it. And so that's all we're going to do for 5 or 6 shapes today. And we'll start the practice, as always, just by allowing ourselves to land. You might just take a few breaths here. Just listen to your body. Maybe notice where there's stress, where there's tension. Just give yourself a moment without any thoughts of what you should be doing. Every practice, we start exactly where we are. Even if we're frazzled, even if we're stressed, we just start where we are with love. Just acknowledging what's going on in our body and our mind. And every day it's different. It's a beautiful journey. Take our arms down by our side. Inhale to lift them up, reach up. And then exhale, slowly bring the palms down. Always have our palms the direction of the movement. We inhale to lift up, reach up. And then slowly side out. Really empty out the lungs. Feel like you're getting rid of anything that doesn't serve you. One more time. Let's inhale, reach up. drawing new energy into the body, and then just slowly allowing it to settle. First shape we'll do, we'll lie down over our bolster. So bring your sit bones just to the edge of whatever you have, the blanket or pillow. And we're just going to lie back down over the bolster. And ideally, your whole spine is supported from the base right up to the neck. So you might need 2 blankets. Just spend a bit of time to get settled. There's no rush. Bring the soles of our feet together, knees out to the side. And just maybe experiment with where your feet are. They might be right close up to the sit bones, or you might move them away. And you might just want to move your feet and just get a sense for the sensation, whether your feet are closer or further away from the body. So allow your knees to relax down. You should feel a strong sensation in your adductor muscles, your inner thighs. Make sure there's no tension in between your shoulder blades. You might take your arms a little away from the body, sinking down into the ground. No tension in your jaw, in your teeth, in your forehead. We're going to stay in this shape for maybe 3 or 5 minutes. So just really allow yourself to settle once you find the sweet spot. While we relax in this shape, I'll tell you the story of the mule, the Taoist story of the mule. This is my favorite story of resilience. So there once was a mule who happened to fall down a deep, unused well. And the well was dry. The farmer heard the mule's cries, ran over to the old, disused well and looked down. It was very deep. And the donkey was very old and very heavy. The farmer pretty soon decided there's no way he could get the donkey out. So he went and got some of his neighbor friends and he said, "Neighbors, I really need your help. I've got these problems and I might just solve them with you. I've got the problem of my old disused well, it's a bit dangerous, and I've got the problem of the donkey, I can't get out. Can we all shovel dirt and fill the well, and then I'll solve both my problems?" The neighbors all agreed to help. And they went over to the well, grabbed their shovels, and started filling the well. You can imagine what happened as the first clump of dirt landed on the donkey's head. He became even more hysterical. More and more dirt was flung down the well in the attempt to bury the mule. But then after a while, the donkey started realizing he could just shake off the dirt, allow it to land either side of him, and slowly walk up out of the well. As the neighbors filled it deeper and deeper and deeper, the donkey just kept walking around in circles until finally the entire well was full. The donkey simply walked out, left the crowd, went on his way, living the day that mules and donkeys live. The story shows us that quite often life feels like it might be against us. It might feel like things are alien, people and viruses and whatever are out to get us, might be working towards our demise. The story of us is not what happens in the world, it's how we respond. And we can choose to become hysterical and upset and push back, or we can just breathe, be patient, just allow things, accept things. So if you hear that story and have the reaction of, I'm not a mule, or why do people leave disused wells there, whatever element of it connects with you, just come back into your next breath. Know that there's some things that we can't change, we can't necessarily even understand. There's always another step we can take forward. Let's take 3 more breaths in the shape. Feel the breath, feel the belly. Sigh out whatever we don't need. Whatever sense of, I don't like this, I don't want this. We are stronger than we know always. Let's prop our elbows under our bodies, just gently push us up. Make sure you don't bring any tension into your neck. Come onto our hands, and we're going to come and put our sit bones on the edge of our bolster, extend one leg out. Take the opposite leg and bring the heel right next to your hip bone. And then let's flex the straight leg foot. Just feel the back of that leg just extend out. This is our bladder meridian in Chinese medicine. Once you feel set in this shape, just come back into your breath. You feel that strong sensation down the back of the leg, maybe a little bit in the hip. Upper body is soft. Chest, collarbone. Just allow your body to sink down. If your mind still feels busy, just bring your attention back to your breath. Maybe add in some words as you breathe. Simple as in and out. Follow the journey of your breath all the way. Feel the expansion as you breathe in. And then as you sigh it out, feel your belly come back to your spine. Really empty out all that carbon dioxide. And just allow your abdomen to inflate by itself. When we flush our body with all this new oxygen, this is when all our cells start talking to each other. It's where our chi, our energy, moves through the body. Let's slowly bring our bent knee up. We're going to extend that leg out. Heel is flat into the floor. Switch the other heel, but bend the knee and bring it into the side of your body next to the hip. Just take a moment to see how this side feels compared to the other. Every day our body is different. There's no right or wrong way for our body to be, just listen. When you feel settled, you might come back into that breath. Feeling of expansion. We always try and convince ourselves that we only achieve things when we're busy running around doing things. Right now, when we sit in stillness, this is when our body repairs and restores itself. This is when we get the clarity for clear decisions, for creativity. When we prepare for the next action so that action becomes something efficient, not just an action stuck in our habits, in our patterns. Take 2 more breaths here. And when you're ready, just bring your hands down by the side. Bend that knee back up. We might windscreen wiper through our hip joints a little. Just feel that chi, feel that energy move back through the hips. And we're still going to keep our sit bones up on the bolster and just take our legs wide. Now you might want to put a blanket under your heels. Just take your time to get settled here. And once you feel this shape, not trying to kind of stretch too far, just feel that sensation in the back of your legs, maybe back in the adductor muscles. Just allow the top half of your body to melt down. You might feel the slightly different feeling of our belly expanding out towards our thighs. And as we sit in this breath, let's see if we can send that breath into the thighs, into those inside lines of our leg. Yin Yoga teaches us that sometimes when we have a pain, we can just bring our thoughts towards that part of the body. So there's a part of your body right now that feels a little discomfort. Something you're aware of because throughout the day it has little twinges of tension. Just bring your attention to that place. You might send your breath to that specific part of your body. You might even like to imagine that part of your body moving freely without the pain. The end of your next breath, slowly draw your feet in, maybe place your hands on the floor. And let's just maybe move through hip joints again. We're going to come off our bolsters, take them out to the side, and come onto all fours, just coming right down onto our belly. Actually, let's start first. We'll just stretch out. Take our hands in front of us. Bring your sit bones to your heels, knees out wide, and allow your shoulders to come down. Forehead might come to the mat. You can place your forehead on your arms if you like. Just allow your shoulders to be open. You should feel a strong sensation in the back of your shoulders. So allow your forehead to drop and tension to come out of that area. As you take your next breath, just feel the abdomen expand into the thighs and towards the feet. Just feel, scan through your whole body's connection to the earth. Just allow gravity to do its magic. The end of our next breath, let's prop up onto our elbows. And we're going to take the feet out behind us. Hip bones come down to the ground. Allow your spine to just connect down, sink down. Check your shoulders over your elbows, palms facing down. Just feel into this back bend, slight curl of your spine. Once you feel settled in this shape, just come back to your breath and feel your belly press into the floor as you breathe in. And then as you sigh it out, you'll feel your spine just really relax down. You might want to start bringing your attention to the pause in between your breaths. Not trying to hold your breath, just take a beat before you sigh it out. And then maybe just take another pause while you wait for your abdomen to inflate. Feel that sense of your body breathing you, the wonder of our autonomous nervous system that just keeps going. If our mind is still busy and impatient and telling us we need to be doing things, just bring your attention to all those amazing things in nature that happen without effort, without thought. The growth all around us that happens every spring, you can see it as you head out today. The regrowth that happens after bushfires. Constant motion of our bodies, our breath, taking us from one day to the next. None of this requires any thought, any effort, any knowledge. The knowledge is all inside, in our bodies, in nature, in the world. So we just use this practice to reconnect back with that innate sense that we already know, that we will survive whatever challenge comes along. We're going to extend out our left arm out to the side, 90-degree angle to the body. Bring the shoulder right down to the ground, and then we're just going to roll our body back over that shoulder onto our side. You might brace your hand under your shoulder. You might like to brace your leg with your raised knee. Just allow all the sensation to come into the inside of your shoulder joint. As you exhale, just melt down into the floor. Both palms pressing down. Just allow that gentle twist in your spine. Check in, there's no tension in your cheeks, in your jaw, in your teeth. As we hold this sensation on the inside of the shoulder, we're connecting with the start of our long meridian. This is where it's believed in traditional Chinese medicine that we hold our sadnesses, our sense of loss. So if we find ourselves spending too much time thinking about life as it was last year or any time before, find these points. As we connect with this sense of grief or loss, we teach ourselves patience to Just accept the change and work towards whatever is next. Let's take one more breath together. Sigh it out. Roll onto our belly. You might want to wobble it out a little bit. When you're ready, extend the right arm out. And bring the left hand under your shoulder. We're just going to roll over onto that right shoulder. You might brace your leg with your opposite foot. Just feel the sensation on the inside of that shoulder. Maybe take notice of how this side feels compared to the other. We hold all different types of tension in different parts of our body, so use the practice to gain that awareness. Maybe through the awareness, we'll start to notice more behaviors we have of how we sit, how we sleep, how we stand. Maybe help ourselves locate where that tension comes from. Let's take 3 more breaths here together. You take these final breaths, really feel the expansion of your belly, of your rib cage into the ground. Sense of extending ourselves beyond ourselves. When we're ready, slowly roll back onto our bellies. Take the arms down by the side and just wobble hips from side to side. Just allow your whole body to sink down into the floor. When we find stillness like this is when we just allow our body, our nervous system to just take on all the learnings of the practice. You find your mind jumping ahead to what's next. Just coax it back to the breath. Whenever we're planning, whenever we're running towards something, we simply dilute our ability to enjoy life as it is. Have gratitude for what's in our life. Slowly bring our hands up towards our shoulders. Press through the floor, gently coming up. We're just going to finish this practice in a seated position. If you'd like to do Shavasana, you're very welcome to, either now or at the end of the practice. Just find yourself a comfortable seated position. You can sit back on a block or bolster if you like. Let's bring our hands to heart center. Palm pressing into palm and thumbs resting on the center of the sternum, the place of calm. Might bring back into your mind the image of the mule slowly walking up the well, defying its imminent live burial, just by shaking off the dirt, shaking off the intentions of people around them, without objection, just allowing all the actions from the neighbors, from the farmer, to just be shaken off and to keep walking up the well, walking out of the well into the next phase of life. Never did hear what happened to that mule next, but I'm sure it had a fine life and lived to a ripe old age. Let's just finish today's practice just in that meditation from the Vietnamese Buddhist monk Thich Nhat Hanh. I'm going to start it out, but if anyone would like to unmute themselves and share their own sense of whatever emotion is going on with them, please do. You're very welcome. We'll have a minute or two silence at the end. This meditation, we just call to mind whatever emotion we're feeling. Name it, accept it, allow it. We don't push back, we don't fight, we just see it and remind ourselves of our resilience. Good morning, anxiety. I see you there. I will make the time to take care of you. Good morning, fear of what comes next, what jobs will exist next year. I see you there, and I will make the time to take care of you. Good morning, worry. I see you there. I will make the time to take care of you. Good morning, alienation from others, sense of separateness. I see you. I will make the time to take care of you. If anyone else would like to share, please unmute yourself. You're very welcome.
Good morning, grief and loss. I see you there, I'm with you, and I'll make time to take care of you today.
Thanks for sharing. Bring our hands together, just create a little bit of heat. Bring our hands up or two or close to our face, just feeling a sense of gratitude for the decision to practice today, to include practice in our lives. Maybe make a small intention to take the learnings of this practice into our day, into what we eat, into whoever we talk to, wherever we go. Many thanks for sharing the energy of your practice with us as always, and I hope everyone has an excellent Sunday and great week to come. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Thanks as always, Rich and Emily.
Yeah.
Thanks, Rich and Em.
Thanks, Rich and Em.
Thank you.
Hey,
Thanks,
Renata.
guys.